this year, the Automobile Journalists Association of Canada, or AJAC, handed out the coveted Canadian Car of the Year and Canadian Utility Vehicle of the Year awards. And Utility Vehicle went to this, the all-new 2014 Jeep Cherokee. Now, it didn't win on looks alone. It can be a little polarizing, but there's a long list of features and reasons why it did win. So let's have a look. Now, to win Utility Vehicle of the Year, you got to start with the basics, and in this case, it's a really nice power plant. There's actually two engines available. There's a 2.4-liter four-cylinder, and that's a Fiat engine. In this one, it's a 3.2-liter V6, and that's a Chrysler engine, making 271 horsepower, 239 foot-pounds of torque. It's mated to a 9-speed automatic transmission. That's a lot of speeds, and while it's smooth most of the time, every now and again it feels like there's just too many gears, a little too much up and down, hunting for the gear. Could be just a little bit better. I like the acceleration on this. It's smooth and linear, and it has nice throttle response. And fuel economy is actually pretty good too. The published rates, 11.1 on the city, 7.4 on the highway. There are 3 basic trim levels, starting at $23,495. All of them come in 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive. This one is the mid-level North, and it's optioned to $33,300. There are 2 available 4x4 systems. The base one, the Active Drive 1, which is what I have here, is a single-speed transfer case, but you can set it into snow, sport, or sand and mud, depending upon what's under your wheels. You want to get a little rougher and tougher, there's Active Drive 2. That has a 2-speed transfer case with low gear and lock. And that one gets you the Trail Rated badge, which is what Jeep calls it after it's gone through a series of tests and passed them all, although Jeep doesn't really tell us exactly how much it's got to ford or how much it's got to climb. Even with just the basic 4x4 system, this little Jeep is actually pretty capable. It's taken me through some snow, through some mud. But then again, this is the brand that won the war. And that has always been Jeep's strength and its weakness. For the longest time, there was an awful lot underneath in the suspension that was great, but up top here in the interior, that could get a little nasty. Chrysler has finally put the time and the money into it, and now we have an interior that looks as good as anything on the road and better than a lot of them. It looks a lot more luxurious than the price. The seats are really comfortable, the cabin is quiet, the whole thing feels really tight and well put together. But, of course, there's a couple of things I don't like. And what I don't like is access through a screen that I do like. The Uconnect system, which is optional, is how you handle the infotainment system. I like the size of the icons, everything's easy to use. What I don't like is if I want to adjust my heated seats or the heated steering wheel, and boy, I do love my heated steering wheel, I have to go in through computer pages. Why is this not just a button? My Uconnect system includes navigation, and the whole thing is $625, which isn't bad these days. But to put a backup camera in it, that's another $325. That's starting to get expensive. Now, you don't mess with Jeep. The die-hard fans wouldn't allow it. And so I wondered, could Chrysler and Fiat come together on this and make something out of it? And having driven it, I have to say they certainly have. It's a great package that, even though it's a cute ute, it feels like a Jeep through and through. There are a lot of storage cubbies, but this one's the coolest. You lift up the seat, and there's hidden storage underneath it. And what's really nice is, even though it does have this in it, it's still a very comfortable seat. And then, if you have long cargo, the front seat folds completely flat as well. The rear seats are comfortable too, with lots of legroom. And if you have to carry more cargo, well, it's very easy to just fold these seats flat. The AJAC Awards aren't a popularity contest. It's actually very stringent back-to-back testing. And the Cherokee had what it took to win. It's got a good power plant, good performance, nice interior, value for the money. No, it's not a Wrangler, but it's a Jeep.